Namaste, my name is Sandeep Sadbhai. I am working as an assistant professor in NB Thakur Law College, Nasik. This presentation, my KTHM ID is 523. This presentation is a part of assignment number 5 assigned by Organizing Committee of Faculty Development Program organized by KTHM College, Nasik under the approval of UGC HRDC SPPU, Pune. This presentation deals with rights and duties of the bailer and bailee, and the significance of this presentation is that the daily life we are entering in daily life we are entering into various contracts. Simple delivery of goods from one person to another has legal consequence, and therefore we must be serious about delivery of goods. At the time of delivery of goods from one person to another, we must think from law point of view. Rights of bailer, as per the definition, this is the transaction where delivery of goods from one person to another for specific purpose upon a contract, and if on the condition that if the purpose is accomplished, goods shall be delivered to the person who has delivered these goods, and goods shall be returned to the person who has delivered and by the person to whom it is delivered. The person who delivers the goods is called as bailer, and the person to whom it is delivered is called as bailee. So these are the two parties to the contract of bailment, that is bailer and bailee. So rights of bailer are very important as he is owner of the goods. There is no transfership of ownership, no transfer of ownership in contract of bailment. So the rights of the bailer are the duties of the bailee, and the duties of the bailee becomes the rights of the bailer. The bailer has various rights such as right to take back the goods bailed, right to claim damages, right to claim proportionate share in mixed goods, right to claim damages due to mixture of goods, right to claim return of goods, right to claim increase or profit from goods bailed, and right to sue wrongdoer. First six rights are there available against bailee, and seventh right is available against third party. So we will see one by one. First right available under section 148, wherein after fulfillment of specific purpose and after completion of time fixed within a reasonable time, right to take back the goods bailed is there with the bailer. Second one is right to claim damages, right to terminate bailment. If the bailment is without reward, and if the terms of the bailment are disobeyed, if there is an unauthorized use of goods bailed, then the bailment can be terminated at any time by the bailer. So S lets his car, for example, S lets his car to T for his personal use and T drives it for transportation purpose. Here S can terminate the contract if he wants to do so, as the purpose was unauthorized. Right to claim compensation, proportionate share in mixed goods is third right under section 155, where if the bailer is having consent to mix his own goods with the goods of bailee, then in that case right to claim proportionate share in mixed goods is there available under section 155. Next right is right to claim damages due to mixture of goods. Here the advanced stage is that without consent of the bailee if mixed the goods of bailer with his goods, and if there is any damage caused to the bailer due to the mixture, then the right to claim damages is there with the bailer. Right to claim return of goods, where the bailment is without reward or benefit, bailer can demand the goods bailed at any time, though time is specified. For example, if A delivers his books to his friends for the purpose of his examination, and if he terminates the bailment of delivery of books at any time, then this is legal as it is available right to the bailer. When the purpose is accomplished, the bailer can demand goods bailed in all cases. That is general rule. Next one is right to claim increase or profit from goods bailed. This right arises when during the period of bailment, if there is any increase or profit accrued on the goods bailed, then the right is subject to any contract to the contrary. If there is no contract to the contrary, the right to claim increase or profit from goods bailed is there under section 163. For example, S delivers a cow to be taken care of to T. During bailment, the cow has a calf. S is entitled to take a calf as well as cow. Okay, after completion of that period. What next is? Next right is right to sue wrongdoer, that is third party. This is right to file suit against court of law. If the bailee is deprived of possession or use of the goods bailed by third party, or if third party does any injurious act, the bailer may take an action against such act under section 181 Even bailor can have a right to obtain apportionment of relief or compensation obtained by such a suit. This is there available under this right. Next part is duties of bailor. There are 4 important duties: duty to disclose faults in goods, duty to pay necessary expenses, duty to compensate bailee, and duty to receive back the goods. We will discuss one by one. Duty to disclose faults in goods. While delivering goods, bailor is under duty to disclose faults in goods. There are certain faults. If, however, in case goods are bailed for hire, then it is immaterial whether he was not aware of the fault or not. Bailor is under duty to disclose known faults which materially interferes with the use of goods or exposes the bailee to extraordinary risk. If any risk is exposed to bailee because of faulty goods, then known fault should be disclosed to the bailee by the bailor. For example, S gives a horse knowing the fact that the horse is unsound to T. T rides on it and suffers injury, then S is responsible for damage sustained to it. This is knowing the fact that horse is unsound. S delivers his horse to T and T rides on it and injured. Therefore, he is responsible for damages sustained to it. Next example is S hires carriage, that is transport vehicle, to T. The carriage is unsafe and T is injured. In this case, T is entitled to the damages though S is not aware of it. The carrying vehicle, if it is damaged and if loss caused to the bailee, then he can claim, he is under duty to disclose the fault of that carriage vehicle. Duty to pay necessary expenses. If the conditions of the bailment are such that bailee has to keep the goods or to be carried or to have work done upon them for the bailor without any reward or benefit, the bailor shall repay the expenses incurred. Duty to pay only extraordinary expenses is attached under section 158. For example, if car is given for tour purpose, fuel expenses are general expenses, but if the same car is stolen and some expenses incurred by the bailee, then bailor is duty bound to pay the same. This is a simple example. Normally, if some person delivers his car to his friend, then fuel expenses are normal expenses. But if his car is stolen, and if found by some other person and he has kept his car in parking, and if there are certain expenses incurred to the person who kept this car in parking, then the extraordinary expenses can be claimed. Is due, and bailor is under duty to pay extraordinary expenses. Duty to compensate bailee, that is duty to indemnify. If the bailor fails to give goods as he is not entitled to bail the goods or to receive back the goods or to give any directions to the bailee, then the bailor is under duty to compensate for the loss caused to his imperfect title over the goods. If he is not real owner of the goods and bailment is there, then if there is any loss caused to the bailee, then bailee can claim. Then bailor is under duty to compensate the bailee. For instance, if S gives A's, that is his friend's bike, to T for use without A's permission, the friend sues T and receives compensation. S is bound to make good the loss caused to T. In next slide, last duty of the bailor is duty to receive back the goods bailed. As bailment is for a specific purpose or time, it is duty of the bailor to receive back the goods bailed. If there is any delay to receive the bailee and the bailee incurred demurrage charges, bailor is liable to pay the same. In case of refusal to accept on the part of the bailor, the bailee can exercise the right to lien over the goods. All these are the rights and duties of bailor under a specific contract which is called as Contract of Bailment under Indian Contract Act 1872. Thank you.